What is your name and age?
Susan Vandergrinton, and I am 63.
Before starting the neuropathy program with nutrition here, what challenges were you facing?
Balance issues were so bad. I would just be startled and turn, and I would stumble sideways. And I always thought people thought I was drunk when I was walking.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that bad. And now I show my family one of the little exercises that they all look at me and go, well, that's easy. I go, yeah, this is how it looked. And I would stomp, and they'd look at me and go, oh, my son-in-law goes, Sue, you're gonna be dancing pretty soon. So I feel so much better because I actually lost my balance the other day when I was hiking, and I caught myself. I could have went down. I tripped right on a rock and I caught myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I couldn't have done that before. Yay!
What made you choose this program instead of continuing to live with it?
I have dealt with this for over 10 years. It started in my left pinky toe and worked its way all over to all of my toes. And I would talk to doctors, I would talk to other physical therapists, talk to chiropractors, and nobody heard me. I was seeing a neurologist, and he just would be like, oh, okay, and would want to put me on a medication. And everybody kept wanting to put me on antidepressants, and those don't work for me. They make me stupid, and I'm not kidding. They made me tone deaf, and I'm a singer. There's no tone deaf in this girl. And I just was on Facebook one day, and I stumbled across, and I saw you guys were local, so I'm like, why not? And so my husband and I came, and best decision we've ever made, best investment we ever made, because I have tried so much over the years and nothing worked. And I actually have such an improvement that Dr. Eric is thrilled at the improvement that I had in such a short time.
So awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Since starting the program, what improvements have you noticed in your daily life?
I seem to have more energy. Darn clothes are loosening up on me. I may have to buy new ones soon. I'm down 26 pounds. And I started the sprint set part of it July 31st. So as of October 15th, 26 pounds, that's a lot. And I still have a ways to go, but like they told me, weight loss is a bonus. This is a healing program. And I feel so much better. I'm not perfect yet, but I have a lot of work ahead of me, but now I have the tools to do what I need to do to start feeling even, better than I am now. I actually have got the feeling back in my feet. I haven't had feeling in my feet for 10 years. And I want to cry right now, and they're happy tears because I didn't think it was going to be possible. The older I got, the worse it got. And the one day it felt like I had a death grip around both my ankles. It was working its way up from the toes to the ankles. And that's when I stumbled across you guys in Facebook, and I'm like, I usually don't trust stuff like that. And for some reason, you guys called me in, and I showed up, and the rest is history. So, like I said, best decision ever.
If someone is unsure about starting this treatment, what would you tell them?
Just to check it out, just to talk with, come make an appointment. I brought my husband along because he needs to see that it's not in my head, because I sometimes was convinced it was just in my head. And it's like, I don't want to seem like a hypochondriac, but I've had so many scans and so many x-rays. And it's like, if you are to a point where you're just like, I don't know where to turn, it can't hurt to come and talk to them, have them do that initial test and say, this is your problem. Let's do this to fix it. And I highly, highly recommend this. And I have bragged about you guys to so many people that I know. I've even got a friend who is kind of thinking about it. The problem is she has a pacemaker, and so she can't do any of the red light therapy, but she's struggling. So I've been talking to her, and she goes, do you recommend them? And I go, totally. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last question, is there anything else you'd like to tell anyone about your experience here with our team?
Everybody is so awesome. When I come in, they know exactly who I am right away. I know exactly who they are all right away. I know I talk a lot with them, but it's like getting to know them, getting to know me, because you don't want to go somewhere and just be a number. You want to be a face and a name. And I feel like some of the places I've gone that they just do what they're supposed to do and send me on their way. I've had so many needles shoved in my back, needles shoved in my knees, needles shoved in my wrist, in my elbows, and I haven't had to do that since I've been coming here. So, it's great because everybody knows what my problem is, and it's like you guys are so flexible with me too. When I show up, if you take me early, great, that's the earlier we all get out of here. I've never really had to wait. So that's been nice that when you go somewhere and you have an appointment and you pull me in early, I'm all for it, so that's what I love about it, is you guys are so kind and so open and honest with me. Nobody is trying to, just kind of pull a fast one on me. And because my results show that this is legit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.